What's up, the squad? Back with another video. I seen that title's going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. Not looking good for Whoopi Goldberg or Hillary Clinton. Clintons in general. It's not looking good for, a lot of individuals as things have, came out, within the files. I'll tell y'all something though. What I find interesting, and I've been finding it very interesting over the past couple weeks, the past few weeks. You see all this talk, about President Trump, and we've been over this plenty of times, but we've seen so much talk about, how let's put everything on Trump and the Trump administration. And as soon as things get put, onto them, and I find it completely, I know I'm not wrong with this, but I'm pretty sure there's over 70% of the left, that's on these files. And I find it completely insane how they tried to push a lot of this on President Trump. Now you have a lot of these individuals trying their best to defend what they had going on, when it comes to them being in the files. You have it here, it says, but you didn't have the same energy about President Trump. Said they should get the Trump treatment. And the crazy thing is, what I find interesting about this, seeing how their names, you don't really see, too much, when it comes to, and that's what I don't like. You have Whoopi Goldberg, that's obviously, and not just Whoopi Goldberg. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm gonna go to it. I'm gonna end up finding it, but I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, you have Joy Behar, you have Anna Navarro, you have Whoopi Goldberg, their names being in it. It's 4 members total, I'm pretty sure, of The View. And what I find completely interesting about this is that you literally have all these individuals and nobody has nothing to say. And I can't say that I'm surprised. I truly can't say that I'm surprised about it. You have it right here, it says, lady on The View say maybe not everyone in Epstein's files is guilty after realizing their names are in Epstein files. We did nothing wrong. We only went to a few parties. And it's pretty wild about that. It's definitely wild about that. And one thing about it that I truly, I would hope is for more of these things to come out. And I feel like that's why they're so scared. And now they're shaking their boots. I'm telling y'all, this is a before and after, when the news about Whoopi came out. Mind y'all, like I posted before, it only wasn't one day, of them talking about this. It's been multiple days of them keeping this up and trying to defend themselves because their name's been on there. Check it out.
Bottom line is this. Release the damn files and release them now. Release everything.
If this does not implicate Donald Trump, why wouldn't you say release everything?
They absolutely have to show us what they're all hiding.
If there's nothing to hide, release it all.
But all of that information is out there. Why not just put it to rest and say, release the list?
Because, they should just say, listen, this is what it is. Do you want to offer your G2? Okay.
And it looks like they said no thanks.
Yeah.
So in other words, anybody can be on this list.
Well, this is my point, because I'm telling you, when I tell you people are trying to turn me into, I wasn't his girlfriend. You used to have facts before you said stuff.
But Trump is on the list 38,000 times.
Well, I can't speak to him, but I'm speaking about me because I'm getting dragged. People actually believe that I was with him.
He drops like 300 names.
Yes.
And it's like flood the zone.
Actually believe that I was with him.
He drops like...
That's how you know an individual is lying. That right there. That's how you know an individual's lying. They're trying to make it seem like you were. You were. It's especially, with it being an email. I'm going to show y'all the email. You were. Honestly, let's be real about the whole situation. You truly were. And it's dang near sad, I'm not going to lie, that they sat here and bashed President Trump about this whole situation. This whole situation. Now stuff coming out at you. Now you're ready to defend yourself. Right.
300 names.
Yes.
And it's like flood the zone because when you're looking, there are people like Marilyn Monroe, who's dead.
Elvis.
Yeah, a lot of people, because a lot of the reasons your name can be mentioned are news articles, third-party emails, contacts. Again, wealthy, famous people often cross in professional and social circles, so that's not the surprising part.
Definitely insane. Definitely insane. So I said that, they talk about this, and it's been multiple days that they were doing this and keeping it up. Says Whoopi Goldberg is mentioned in the files 21 times. I'm telling y'all, 21 times.
We're on the list because we were at a party or a wedding or something that somebody might have been. That's what I found out anyway.
Yeah, no,
I was at Trump's wedding to Marla.
Right.
Maybe Epstein was there too. Who knows?
I don't
Let
know.
me explain something to y'all. If y'all notice, and me re-watching this video, if y'all notice, every time Joy Behar, I don't know if y'all ever noticed this, but Joy Behar has a history of slipping up. She has a history of slipping up things and saying things, and she always make eye contact with the producer or looking because she knows she messed up. If y'all notice, they always try to talk over Joy when it's, I guess, a sensitive topic for them, I should say. I should go there. A sensitive topic. And you truly see and you'll hear them either say something, you'll hear Whoopi say, hold on. You'll hear Whoopi, try to go, just listen. They do it all the time.
Wedding to Marla.
Right.
Especially on sensitive topics.
Maybe Epstein was there too. Who knows?
I don't know.
So that means that I'm not guilty, obviously, but these other ones, how are you going to decide who's really guilty and who's not?
I think
very tricky.
I think it's very.
See how they're all talking? They do it. They just did it right here. Look.
Have been. That's what I found out anyway.
Yeah, no,
I was at Trump's wedding.
See how they're trying their best to Joy, be quiet. Be quiet. I'm telling you.
And who's really guilty and who's not?
I think
very
it's
tricky.
I think it's very clear because if you look, you know why my name is there. Because someone was looking for a plane, and that's what people do. They go to all the people who have private planes.
Somebody was looking for a plane. Just say somebody was somebody was getting a plane for me. Quit lying.
And you didn't get on the plane.
I didn't get on the plane. I didn't know they were looking for a plane.
Yeah.
I had no
I'm
idea.
gonna show y'all why Whoopi didn't get on the plane too.
Plane that I was supposed to be on was no longer available. So I'm named in there like Whoopi Goldberg needs a plane.
There are a lot of people that are
Marilyn Monroe was on the list.
Yes.
There were plenty of people that were there are plenty of
Elvis
people
also.
named in the list that may have not done anything wrong.
Yeah.
But I think that there are a lot of people that are on their list that are guilty of wrongdoing. And I have no confidence, unfortunately. It gives me no pleasure to say this. But I don't have any confidence.
Let me say
that
it like
Justice
this.
Department's
I
gonna do
think
anything.
that they are going to. Hold on, Joy.
Yeah.
I think they are going to.
I told y'all. I told y'all.
I think that they are going to. Hold on, Joy. I think they are.
They know that Joy is going to slip up and say something wild. I'm telling y'all. One thing that I hope is that they keep talking about this and Joy end up saying something crazy. I feel like she is. I truly feel like if something else, comes out and they keep talking about it, I guarantee Joy is going to say something. And I wouldn't even be surprised if they take the whole thing out.
They're
whole
going
episode
to
out.
do it like how you eat around an apple till you get to the core.
Yes.
I think that's how they're going to do it. They're
This
going to
Justice
eat all this
Department, I
stuff
don't have
all
confidence.
around here, and then they're going to get. Hopefully, then they'll get to the core.
I have
Definitely insane. I'm going to show y'all why, though. Make sure I'm on the right thing. This is why Whoopi didn't get on the plane, y'all. They're trying to make it seem like, let's get Whoopi needs a plane. She needs a ride. They're trying to make it like a limo service. That's how they trying to do. Let me explain something to y'all. Or like a Uber. It's not that situation. I guarantee it's not that situation. It's a whole completely situation. Since back in 2032, back in 2020, is in 2013. There's a request went out for one of Epstein's private jets. Again, I'm going to repeat that. For one of Epstein's private jets to fly her to Monaco for a charity event. WF fundraiser hosted by Whoopi, paid by John Lennon's charity. Epstein's response, a flat no thanks. But here's the kicker. Mainstream media has been dead silent about this. And get this, Epstein was already, convicted since 2008. Mind y'all, I said this is in 2013. Whoopi know what's going down. It's truly know how to. She didn't get on the plane, y'all, because that response said no thanks. Y'all see it right here. It literally says no thanks. It's not highlighting nothing no more. It literally says no thanks. They're trying to make it seem, y'all. Man, I'm telling y'all, bro. It's absolutely insane to me. It's absolutely insane what they're trying to flip this to be. You didn't get on the plane, though. It ain't like nobody was literally, like, trying to make her get on the plane. It was like somebody didn't ask her. Literally, like, do we have a plane for Whoopi? Like, Whoopi asks, like, do y'all have a private jet for me? Get a private jet for me. Like, you my friend. You one of my good friends. Do you got I need a private jet. It's more like that. What they trying to make it out to be, I'm telling y'all. Here's Latinia Brown, on Whoopi Goldberg. Check it out right here.
Hey guys, this is Latinia, favorite community advocate. So Whoopi Goldberg is getting all defensive because she's getting dragged over the fact that her name is mentioned in the Jeffrey Epstein files. My friend, you get treated the way you treated President Trump when you accused him of being an abuser towards children and accused him of being mentioned in the files of doing things allegedly. And it come to find out, President Trump was the one cooperating and turned informant on Jeffrey Epstein, and he called the police on Jeffrey Epstein. Now, you, my dear, is entitled to the same treatment that you've given everybody else, all of the Republicans, including President Trump, and accusing them of doing things. But you called for the files to be released, the files were released, and you all are mentioned. So I don't care who you are, celebrity or not. If you hurt a child or if you knew about children being hurt, you should be held accountable. Now, the same way you guys push for cancel culture, I think that Whoopi Goldberg, you might want to think continuing on as a host of The View, because your name is all over those files. And there's no way, and I'm not accusing you of doing anything because you have a right to defend yourself, but there's no way that you guys have partied with Epstein, went to the island, and did not know that children were being trafficked. Come on now. Come on. It was very obvious. A handful of you all knew what was going on, and that's why you all are coming down on Nicki Minaj, because she's exposing everything. And I'm going to say this, by the grace of God, I hope that Nicki Minaj is protected and covered in the blood of Jesus, her and her family, and I hope that President Trump protects Nicki Minaj and her family, because there are things that she's about to expose, and you guys don't want her talking. Hence, this is why you're running multiple smear campaigns on her and on President Trump. May God protect them both.
Exactly. Come on now. Always speaking facts. I definitely gotta give her that. Always speaking facts. One thing that I do, I want to show this too. Literally have here. Oh, this is what I was talking about right here, y'all. There we go. This is what I was talking about. So, says the View co-host mentioned 46 times in the documents. As Whoopi Goldberg 21 times, Liz Griffin 20, Joy Behar 3, and Anna Vera 2 times. So you literally have all 4 of these individuals that have been mentioned. What? Says here Whoopi Goldberg needs a plane to get to Monaco. John Lennon's charity is paying for it. They don't want to charter, so they're looking for private owners. Here's the info. They have the info down here. It says a scheduled jet fell through yesterday, and they scrambled to get Whoopi over to Monaco. Bro, when I tell y'all that this stuff right here, is definitely amazing, truly amazing. Y'all can find this at the SCIF, so y'all can find it. Latinia Brown, make sure y'all check out Latinia Brown's post. But when I tell y'all, bro, I'm telling y'all that I know for a fact that there's more. I know there's more, and I know that y'all can't wait for it. I'm telling y'all, I know how it is. Truly know how it is. I'm not gonna lie. One thing, that these individuals definitely do, and I've posted this multiple times with different individuals. When you know you're in the wrong, you start doing outrage, like you just start doing you do stuff that's truly just insane. you start pulling a race card, you know, talking about other individuals, a lot of things to defend yourself. So you have here, this is on one of the latest episodes, you know, of The View. Whoopi Goldberg is now saying that black people have not benefit from the DEI policies, y'all. Check it out.
There seems to be no ability in his mind to distinguish between black people and his idea of what DEI is. And when you really look up and see who this was for, who benefited from DEI, it was not black folks. We just got the vote in the 60s. So my question is, well, what was going on before that? What about, where was all of the things that you say were removed? Did people not have jobs? Did the people, if you couldn't go to school, didn't you have to find a different way to support your family? That's what people did. That's what we all did. So he has not a great history.
Let me explain something to y'all, bro. Let me explain something to y'all. I know this is one of the tactics that they use, I guess. Let's pull the race card, or let's do something to distract people, or to try to flip the script a little bit because my name was in the files. Let me explain something to you. It's not gonna work, for one. For two, when is it going? When is all of it gonna stop to where it's like, let's stop playing the victim? And I'm not saying everybody, because everybody don't think like this. This is actually this individual I'm gonna show y'all. And I'm gonna be real. This right here, this video that I'm gonna show y'all is, you know, it goes back to what Whoopi was saying a little bit when it comes down to it, about individuals doing things, you know, and they say, you know, when it comes down with the black community. And this is not everybody. But for a lot of individuals that want to play the victim card and want to throw race in there and want to do this and want to do that, like she's doing, when are these things, like when it's enough, you know, enough is enough. You know what I mean? It truly gets irritating as you try to keep that going. And it gets more irritating that people are entertaining it, supporting it. You know what I mean? You have right here, this is Honey365. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if this is on X or if this is on TikTok, but I'm pretty sure it's probably TikTok or Instagram. But she spoke facts when it comes down to it. Because a lot of times you hear individuals say, oh, because, and I've heard it myself, oh, because of the white man, I had to do, gotta let that go. Gotta let it go. Check it out right here.
The white men don't have to do anything to suppress black people, sweetheart. Black people are doing it all by themselves. Y'all love to try to blame the white man for everything. Let me just tell you, the white man ain't forcing you to go to the liquor store every weekend. The white man not forcing you to go to the club every weekend. The white man not forcing you to drink lean. He not forcing you to pop Percocets. He's not forcing you to have all these illegitimate bastard-ass kids. The white man is not forcing you to do none of it. You are willingly participating in this mess of a life. So don't sit in my face and try to tell me what the white man is doing to you. They did it to them. We the product of what they did to them. Now it's up to us to change the way we think, change the way that we eat, change the way that we do things, change the places that we go to, change the people that we're procreating with. Change. But no, y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all want to hear some shit that's toxic. That's what y'all want to hear. Man.
Let me tell y'all something. One thing about it is that a lot of this does make sense. It's one of those things, I'm not gonna lie. It's one of those things that for a lot of individuals, some individuals, I say, a lot of individuals, the truth hurts. If especially, you know, if this applies to you when it comes down to, there's a lot of individuals, y'all can truly like stop. I've grown up. I hate saying this. I truly hate saying this. I grew up, because it reminds me of Kamala every time I say it. When I tell y'all that, like, me growing up and being around, because my family is, you know, they're Democrats. I thought because, you know, and growing up like that, even like in my younger adult days, I should say, y'all still gonna say I'll be 28 March 3rd. But dang, I'll be 28. What is this? Like a couple weeks? Oh, a couple weeks. I don't even know. Anyways, let's say about 17, 18. I wasn't doing YouTube because I thought I couldn't do it. I seen a lot of, you know, individuals doing YouTube that wasn't the color of my skin. And me having my mindset now, of course, I don't have that. You know, I don't have that, like, it doesn't matter, you know, when it comes to, but you gotta think, me coming from a Democratic family, you know, and y'all know I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, it is what it is. But you grow to change a little bit, you know, when it comes down to things. But when I tell y'all that I grew up, you know, doing that and always thinking like, oh, I can't do this. You can't have that mindset. I promise you can't have that mindset. And having a different mindset and stop, you know, blaming others, especially when it comes to, you know, them, you know, individuals saying a white man, you got to stop doing that. I truly feel as if, you know, you have to definitely stop doing that. How long are you willing to be stuck saying that? To pass it down to your kids, to pass like stuff like that. And that goes for anybody. That goes for anybody. Because just like I see individual of my skin color or individual that's not my skin color, there's people that's living in the same neighborhoods. People are still dealing with the same addictions, still dealing with, you know, the same issues with. So people have to stop basing it off of that. You know what I mean? I truly hate, you know, that individuals on The View try to take it there, especially and try to flip the script. It's definitely sad. One thing about it, you have Nancy Mace. We got Nancy Mace says we're calling the CIA to allow us to view any and all records, documents, photos, videos, passports, other materials they may have in their possession relating to, you know, the Epstein, classified or not. We want to see it. She says the American people deserve answers about whether, you know, our intelligence agencies has connections. You know, when it comes down to it, I don't blame her. One thing about it though, you go a lot, you know, you go a lot. And as much as I want to play this video, and y'all can find this video at Summit, and honestly, I might just play it. I mean, it was on Newsmax. Y'all know I'm a little bit iffy when it comes down to stuff, but I truly want to say that I pray that Nancy Mace and her doing this, that she's protected, because a lot of things with a lot of this, you have to be careful. You have to be careful on what you speak about and what you do. And it's sad enough to say, but I'm glad that somebody is doing it. There are a lot of individuals that are speaking on it. Obviously, this is something that I didn't want to play, but again, Nancy Mace did it, you know, and I definitely want to do my part. You know, I definitely want to do my part. Check it out right here.
Let's move on. Okay.
And it's sad that I can't even play that. So I know y'all probably like, why can't you? But I'm telling y'all.
Move on. Do
Check
you
it out.
think Jeffrey Epstein killed himself?
I'm sorry, did he kill himself?
Do you think he killed himself?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
What do you think happened?
I think he was murdered. And I don't know if it was an intel agency or, you know, what it was. I don't have that information. But I was looking at the photos of his jail cell last week on my flight home from session. The thin sheet that was like, you know, 1 inch wide, 2 inches wide, it was like 3 times the width of somebody's neck. I don't know how you hang yourself on your knees. And where are the photos of him hanging himself? Those did not exist in the files either. And, you know, the data from the video cameras was erased. And all of a sudden, just a few days ago, a week or two ago, there's all of a sudden video of something orange going up the stairs toward his jail cell that we didn't know about. It's all too suspicious. I don't believe he killed himself.
Okay, do you think that he was a foreign asset, or do you think perhaps even a domestic asset, and that could be why he was taken out in prison?
I think if it's possible, he was a dual agent. And I think it's possible he was an agent, dual agent of Israel and also the CIA. I wrote a letter to the CIA, I believe it was yesterday. I believe that the CIA is in possession of documents that Congress should have access to, as to should the American public. I think this also goes beyond sex trafficking. Yes, this was a global sex trafficking ring, but I kept my letter broad enough to include possible arms deals, possible, you know, money laundering and other monetary schemes, financial schemes that I believe Jeffrey Epstein may have been involved in. That information should be public. I want to see every single passport that he has under every single pseudonym. Those documents are somewhere and they haven't been released to us.
Okay.
Nancy Mace is on it. I'm not gonna lie. Nancy Mace is literally on it, and I'll tell y'all. And this is on Newsmax, YouTube. This is on Newsmax. This is literally on the news, so I'm telling y'all. One thing about it is that I truly, truly love, the simple fact that she's on it, but then again, gotta be careful. Definitely gotta be careful. This is something that's, definitely serious. But one thing about it, I would want, more of, those documents and things out. I feel like we definitely deserve that. With that, I definitely feel like people need, to see, people, who they truly are. No matter who you are. I mean, you in something and doing, stuff that's as, bad as that, you got to be held accountable, regardless. And that's just truly how I feel. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this, and let me know y'all comments, I definitely try my best, to respond to everybody. I had a busy day today. Definitely had a busy day. I'm not going to lie. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.